In this demonstration, we will show you how to configure and run the following call handling process. First, we'll create two campaigns, an inbound campaign and an outbound campaign using Softal Campaign Manager. We'll then set up two queues for IVR and live agents to service the inbound campaign. A live agent will be subscribed to the live agents queue for the inbound campaign, and the same live agent will also be assigned to the outbound campaign and will begin working. As the live agent is servicing calls on the outbound campaign, an inbound call will be passed to an IVR queue for initial servicing by a virtual agent. The IVR script will play a message to the caller and capture the caller's account number. A database lookup will be performed to extract customer details for verification by the live agent. The call will then be transferred to a live agent queue, awaiting the agent becoming available from the outbound campaign. The live agent will complete servicing the inbound call and then move back to the outbound campaign to continue taking calls. For this demonstration, we are using inbound and outbound voice sessions, but in practice this can be done with email, chat, or any mix of supported media types. Creating campaigns in Softal Contact Center couldn't be easier. Open the Campaign Manager client by logging into Softal Web Services and selecting Campaign Manager from the Navigator panel. We'll start by creating the outbound campaign. From the General tab, we set the campaign type as Predictive. To keep things simple, we'll use default campaign settings, which are suitable for the most common outbound dialing scenarios. For the campaign table, we'll use the mobiles database, which comes pre-configured in the MySQL database on installation of Softal Contact Center. Select the table, primary key column, telephone number column, and the selection order. Now we set up the output table. In this demo, we will use the same table for input and output. We select the default fields and click OK. Our outbound campaign is now set up and ready to go. Creating the input campaign is just as easy. Click Add to add a new campaign, enter the name of the campaign, inbound, and set up the database input and output tables as for the outbound campaign. In this demonstration, we'll use the accounts table from a database called Credit Demo. This is an MS SQL database for which an ODBC connection has previously been set up. We now have both of our campaigns set up. The next thing we need to do is set up the IVR and live agent queues to service the inbound campaign. Queues are configured in the Softal namespace editor under the Campaigns and Queues tab. We can add a queue to a campaign by selecting the campaign and clicking Add in the Queues area of the window. This opens a dialog box allowing us to configure the new queue. Note that there are a host of options available to control how the queue handles incoming calls and their distribution to agents and other queues. Note also the in-queue messaging and timer options that can be used to play recorded messages at various points as the call progresses through the queue. We are now going to add the IVR queue to the inbound campaign. In the queue address field, we will type IVR. We want the IVR queue to overflow to the live agent queue, so we will enter live in this field. We will now repeat this procedure to add the live queue. This time we will leave the overflow address blank. We have now configured the two queues which will handle calls on our inbound campaign. Later we'll describe how to link together the campaigns, agents and scripts we are going to use for the demonstration. But first, a quick overview of Softal Scriptor with a brief introduction to creating IVR and live agent scripts. Softal Scriptor is a powerful script creation and presentation application. The script creation part of Softal Scriptor has been designed to allow users with little software coding experience to efficiently create simple or complex agent scripts. To insert a new script step in the script, simply drag the required step from the Script Resources menu onto the script document. In this example, we are adding the Play TTS and Capture step, which plays an audio message generated from a text script using a text-to-speech engine. This step then captures DTMF input data from the caller and passes this information to the next step. Double-clicking a step icon in the designer opens a dialog box in which it is possible to set input, output, and outcome parameters for the step. At the top of this dialog box, we can set the name of the step as it will appear in the script document, and a brief description of the step functionality. The three tabs below this are used to set the step inputs, outputs, and outcomes. In this step, there are 6 inputs. The first input, speech text, has a red exclamation mark icon beside the text box. This indicates that this is a mandatory field. In this field we will type press 1 for sales or press 2 for service, then press the hash key. This sets the message to be played to the caller. We want the caller to enter 1 digit, so we'll set the digits low and digits high fields to 1. We only want the caller to press the 1 key or the 2 key, so we enter 1, 2 in the valid digits field and enter hash in the terminating digits field. Finally, the capture timeout field sets the amount of time we will wait for the caller to respond before aborting the step. We have now set up the inputs for the step. When the caller presses a key, the DTMF representing the key press will be passed back to the script. Step outcomes are used to direct the script flow based on logical decisions made within a step. In this case, we want to transfer the call to sales if the caller has pressed the 1 digit, or transfer to service if the 2 digit has been pressed. Now we will set up the outcomes for the play, TTS and capture step. Notice that there are 3 default outcomes for this step: fail, other digits, and call ended. The fail outcome is triggered if the caller enters a digit that is not included in the valid digits input field. The call ended outcome is triggered if the caller hangs up or the call is ended in any other way while this step is active. The other digits outcome is triggered if a caller enters a valid digit and no other outcome has been created to specifically handle this digit. In this example, we want to create outcomes to handle the cases where the caller enters 1 or 2. Since only 1 and 2 are specified as valid entries, the other digits outcome will never be triggered. A new outcome is created for a step each time the step is linked to another step. We will now create a new outcome by linking this step to the transfer call to sales step, where you can see that a new outcome has been created. Since we want this outcome to be triggered when the caller enters 1, we will select this outcome and set 1 as the outcome value. We will repeat this process for the transfer call to support step, setting 2 as the outcome trigger. Finally, we add links to the end call transaction and exit script steps. The end call transaction step cleans up the call session and releases the agent ready to handle the next call. We have just created a simple but fully functional script for IVR handling of an inbound call. More details can be found in the Softal Contact Center online help guide under Scriptor Designer, Getting Started. To complete the configuration for this demonstration, we must now define which scripts should be run with the inbound and outbound campaigns. This is done in the script configuration window of the Softal console. The Softal console is an excellent example of the versatility of Softal Scriptor, as this tool is entirely built from scripts designed and deployed in Scriptor. Click Script Configuration to show the Script Configuration Editor window. We will enter the configuration to link the campaigns, queues, agent types, live or virtual, and scripts in the 4 text boxes in the lower part of the window. First, we'll configure the inbound campaign with the IVR queue. Type inbound for the campaign, IVR for the queue, virtual for the agent type, and credit demo IVR for the script. Click Add Update to enter this setting in the list. Next, we will configure the inbound campaign with the live agent queue. Type inbound for the campaign, live for the queue, live for the agent type, and credit demo agent for the script, and click Add Update. Now we will configure the outbound campaign. Type outbound for the campaign, live for the agent type, and hotel demo for the script. Note there is no queue setting for an outbound campaign. Click Add Update followed by Save Configuration to save our settings. There is one final thing to do before we are ready to run the demonstration. We need to tell CallGem how many IVR agents we want to assign to our IVR queue. Exit the script configuration editor and select IVR agent allocation. Type inbound for the campaign and IVR for the queue. For the purpose of this demonstration, we only need one IVR agent, so enter 1 in the number of agents text box. Click Add Update followed by Save Configuration to save our settings. That completes the configuration for our demonstration. All we have to do now is start the campaigns and log on an agent to the outbound campaign.